Yo, what's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate video. And in today's video, I want to talk about bombs. More specifically, blast radius, hitboxes, and tips for using bombs effectively. See, in Monster Hunter, there's more to bombs than simply placing them next to the monster and hitting them for some added damage. If you saw my video on the sleep abnormal status, then you'll know that using bombs on a sleeping monster does 3 times damage. And if you haven't seen that video, then there's a link to it in both the description box below and on screen right now. But there's a couple of things that you're going to want to know to ensure that you're always getting that 3 times damage and not getting shortchanged because of the way you detonated the bombs. See, bomb detonation comes in 2 stages. There's the flash, and then there's the explosion. Take a look at this frame by frame. You see at first, I hit it. Then there's a flash, then there's a pause, and then there's an explosion. And it's this part that deals the damage. And it's this part you want to hit the monster. So, if you place a bomb right next to a monster, and you hit it to detonate it, for example, depending on your placement, there's a good chance you're actually hitting the monster a split second before the explosion, meaning you don't actually get the 3 times damage, but instead get 2 times damage on your weapon hit and not the explosion, in turn wasting the damage opportunity. Again, let's look at this frame by frame. See here, I'm super close to the Zamtrios. I strike, the flash happens, but my blade has connected before the explosion, meaning that in this situation, I've just got 2 times damage on a weak sword and shield strike, and not the 3 times damage on the powerful bomb explosion that I was after. In other words, this is how not to do it. Instead, if you take into account the fact that bombs have a pretty wide blast radius, then you can put the bomb a little bit away from the monster, strike it, and then be certain that the only thing waking the monster is the explosion, which then gets the 3 times damage multiplier we're after. And you obviously don't need to strike the bomb to detonate it. You could use a small barrel bomb, for example. But again, use the blast radius to your advantage. Place the large bomb away from the monster, and place the small barrel bomb away from the large bomb, so that you can then be sure that it's not the small bomb getting the 3 times multiplier. So, now you know that, what else? Well, not only do bombs have a large blast radius, they also have a big hitbox, meaning you don't actually need to hit the bomb to detonate it. For example, here, with my sword and shield, I strike to the right side of the bomb, and yet without actually hitting it, it still blows up. That's because I'm hitting the hitbox. How about with a kick? Again, kicking near the bomb, not the bomb itself. Or with a small barrel bomb. Or a paintball. And this also applies to if you have a ranged weapon. I don't have one to hand, but I can illustrate the same point with the insect glaive. If I use the pheromone shot, I can fire past the bomb and still detonate it. Or I can fire over the top, which is a technique used by gunners to ensure they don't hit the monster when they detonate the bombs. So in summary, when bombing a sleeping monster, place the bomb a little distance away from the monster and strike near, but not on the bomb. And you can then be sure that the only thing waking the monster is the barrel bomb explosion for 3 times damage. Unless of course a pesky fly or a conchu comes along and wakes up your target, in which case then feel free to rage. And that, my friends, is it. Those are my tips on how to effectively place and use bombs in Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Let me know in the comments down below if you guys have any questions, and if you enjoyed the video, it'd be awesome if you could leave a like. And thank you very much for watching, take it easy, catch you next time, peace out.